Georgia O'Keeffe knew me as Marcy. I met her 40 some odd years ago. I was very lucky to have spent several afternoons in her lovely home, and especially at tea time. On one of those occasions, she had asked me about what I did and inquired if I was an artist. And I said, well, I'm a craftsperson. And she says, oh, that means you're an artist. I explained to her that I was a weaver and a textile designer, and she said, oh, how interesting. Do you spin yarn? Can you use a spinning wheel? And I said, yes, absolutely. So she went to her closet and opened it up, and inside her closet were 4 big black plastic garbage bags full of her chow dog fur. She kind of looked at me with a little twinkle in her eye and said, you know, I've always wanted to make something out of all this. I can't bear to throw it away. And if you spin, I'm just wondering if maybe you could do me the favor of spinning it into yarn. I said, of course. Not having a spinning wheel, or, you know, I was visiting. So I looked around town and I found somebody who did, and I borrowed the wheel. And I spent about 4 days making those balls of yarn out of those 4 bags of dog fur. She had 2 chows then. I think their names were Inca and Jingo. So I had, you know, 2 different colors going, keeping them separate. And I think in the end I had maybe 4 or 5 quite large balls wound up of each different color. And I brought them over in a big old sack and presented it to her one afternoon, and she was overwhelmed. I mean, she had, you know, little glistening tears in her eyes, and was so thankful and so grateful and totally awed by these objects. I never knew if she ever made anything out of it until a woman named Carol Merrill. She wrote a book, and they had taken a quote out of that book, a part of one of her poems, and it talks about her watching Georgia take a nap with her chow dog fur coverlet over her feet. So when I read that, it was like, yay. I finally found out what had happened to it and was extremely pleased that she had made it into something that she could use and adored and treasured.